All right, Tommy, we've got some breaking news. The Oversight Committee has received the birthday book.
Oh.
And within seconds of seeing this news, before we can even imagine what was next, the Democrats on the Oversight Committee put out the Donald Trump image from the birthday book, which you have not seen.
I have not seen. I was in an interview with Mikey Sherrill, who's running to be governor of New Jersey. I came back to something exciting. I still don't know what it is.
I would just say that this show contains multitudes, because I'm sure that was a very serious and important conversation. Let's show Tommy for the first time this deeply disturbing image from the birthday book.
What is that?
It's just awful.
What? That's how he drew boobs?
Right.
What's the thing at the... Oh, that's the bush? Oh, the signature is the bush. Got it.
So I've had a little more time to process this. So a couple things I think jump out that make it even kind of weirder and like more disconcerting. It's, first of all, the fact that the text is centered.
I really hate that.
I really hate
that.
that.
It's centered.
Armless, sort of, it's a very kind of like...
Takes away the sex appeal.
Right. It's
no
just
arms.
disturbing.
Yeah.
It's very much a body.
Yeah.
You know? And...
those breasts are very high up also.
So I debated whether or not to broach this, because this is all very disturbing and disgusting. But they're not big boobs, you know? It's just, they're not.
No,
and
they're
it's
not.
like, who is this person that he's drawing about this secret?
It's like fucking E.T. with the skinny neck and the weird...
It's very strange. It's very strange. And now that we've all seen it, we can't unsee it. Any other reactions before we move past this?
Yeah, so... Wow, so he was not lying when he said he's not an artist and he doesn't draw much. He's not wrong that he's bad at drawing. I'm with you that the center framing is really a challenge.
Again, no arms.
Again, no arms. It feels like it would be easier to draw a figure with arms than with no arms.
Right. And was it printed in such a way for him to draw this, or did he think of the drawing of it after? I don't know. Was this always the plan? Was that why the letters were put where the letters were? Or did he think of this upon being handed this piece of paper or printing this piece of paper?
Oh, that's a really good question.
I don't know.
That's a really good question. Did he just get handed this weird center space thing and then just draw armless breasts around it?
And I'm sure we'll get more images from the rest of the book soon. And I assume a denial of this being some kind of a hoax is also coming our way. Now, this image comes amidst a controversy created by Speaker of the House and internet porn denier, avoider, Speaker Mike Johnson, who on Friday said something that caught everybody's ear. Let's play that clip.
He's not saying that what Epstein did is a hoax. It's a terrible, unspeakable evil. He believes that himself. When he first heard the rumor, he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. He was an FBI informant to try to take this stuff down. The president knows and has great sympathy for the women who have suffered these unspeakable harms. It's detestable to him. He and I have spoken about this as recently as 24 hours ago.
I'm sorry, what was that? Did you just say that...
He's wearing a wire.
That Donald Trump was a FBI informant?
Mm-hmm.
And a very, look, he's supposed to be the Speaker of the House, presumably... has some kind of responsibility for the words he chose. And so people thought, well, that's ridiculous. We've never heard that before. Or is this how they're letting us know some new explanation for how he's so deeply entwined in this thing? Is there some possibility that he's describing something we just don't know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what did you think?
Well, I feel like this was sort of the final boss of them trying to make Donald Trump the hero of the story. You know what I mean? Because early on, it was sort of like, he knew about Epstein, but they weren't friends. And then it was like, oh, he kicked him out of his club. Oh, they had a falling out because he was trying to recruit women from Mar-a-Lago. And now he was wearing a wire on the massage table. When they were staring at women, that clip of them like just leering at women at Mar-a-Lago sometime in the 90s, that was because he wanted to get really close because he had a little lapel pin wire trying to get some information.
So he's always wearing that cowboy hat with a little camera in it.
Exactly.
I saw people on social media referring to him like, oh, that's the explanation. Trump is some kind of white hat pedophile who was like infiltrating. And he's going home at night. He's going home at night to Ivana being like, I can't live these two double lives anymore. I can't do it. I got to pretend to be the fucking creep all day and come home to have our missionary standard issue sex.
Tough. Tough for Donald Trump.
So people were baffled by this, and by Monday, the cleanup had begun because no, Donald Trump was not an FBI informant.
Not even close.
And I suppose maybe a surprise. They're not going to defend that lie. They're going to admit that that's not the case because here's Mike Johnson doing some cleanup.
What do you mean by that?
What I was referring to in that long conversation was what the victim's attorney said. More than a decade ago, President Trump kicked Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago, and he was one of the only prominent people, as everyone has reported, not President Trump, but everybody about him, that he was willing to help law enforcement go after this guy who was a disgusting child abuser, sex trafficker, all the allegations. That's what they heard. So the president was helpful in that. I don't know if I use the right terminology, but that's common knowledge, and everybody knows that. So this is much ado about nothing.
Did the president tell you this specifically about his involvement?
I was recounting what others have said. The president and I have talked about the Epstein evils many times. He's as disgusted by it as everybody else. He has long had a history of acknowledging that, and he has said repeatedly he wants everything to come out, all credible information, everything for the American public to decide.
Was he ever asked to wear a wire or anything like that?
I have no idea. No, I'm not saying that. I have no information about that whatsoever. I was repeating what has been common knowledge for a long time.
So this is just a big. What's everyone freaking out about? So Speaker of the House saying that he's an FBI informant. Obviously, he's not.
It's also like if he was an FBI informant, there would be such a clear record of that. So I'm sure they just realized, like, no, this was ridiculous what I said. There's no way we can go forward with this lie. Also, I really can't get the naked ET image out of my head, and I'm wondering if Covenant Eyes, which is the mutual non-masturbation software that Mike Johnson and his son installed on their phones, would block that image from being viewed on your phone.
It's worth remembering that when we first got word that this image existed, J.D. Vance, we remember him, he posted, "Forgive my language, but this story is complete and utter bullshit. The Wall Street Journal should be ashamed for publishing it. Where is the letter? Would you be shocked to learn they never showed it to us before publishing it? Does anyone honestly believe this sounds like Donald Trump?" Well, now we have the letter. So I'm sure he'll find some way to revise this into being correct.
Yeah, he'll just do what he did over the weekend and tweet, "I don't give a shit," know, which is what he said about whether or not the people that the Department of Defense killed off of the coast of Venezuela the other day were actually drug runners.
Yeah, and I just would say to that, hey, J.D. Vance, we weren't under the impression that you gave a shit.
No, we don't think you care about the law or the facts or anything. But that is, though, like it just tells you like what desperate spin is stuff like that, which is like how the Wall Street Journal didn't even show us the letter, right? Like that's how they wanted to get through the news cycle. But it can only get you so far when you know the facts are going to come out and that Donald Trump did this. No one would make this stupid story up.
Right. And like, oh, so you were just only worried about what was happening that day. Did you not imagine that the future is as real as the past and you one day live in a time when we saw the letter? That's where we are right now. Donald Trump, not an FBI informant, also not much of an artist, but we have this despicable image that J.D. Vance said was total bullshit. What's not bullshit is we're trying to build... There's no transition out of this.
Nope.
It's a disgusting story. But we're trying to build a progressive counterweight to a lot of right-wing noise and information. We're trying to do it here on YouTube. Subscribing, liking, sharing what we post on our YouTube at Pod Save America really helps us. So hit like, hit subscribe. You'll get more like this and more content that's not like this.
Yeah, more great drawings, figures, facts.
Yeah, all of it.